Two first-time Elite Eight teams play for a trip to the state title game. Maroa-Forsyth tries to exercise the Gray Ghost. Chillicothe IVC avenged the January loss to North Lawndale to make it to the semifinals.
Another perfect day here in central Illinois, and the sun shining in Peoria, the capital city of America's original March Madness. And in the words of Hall of Famer Ernie Banks, it's a great day to play too. And that's just what we'll do here this afternoon. A doubleheader as two teams will advance to the state championship game here tonight. Up first, two unranked teams as far as the top 16 in the Class A final basketball poll of the season. IVC, the Gray Ghosts, taking on Maroa-Forsyth. And here for the call of the game, Kurt Pegler and former Fighting Illini great Doug Altenberger.
Thank you, Lee, and indeed, welcome to America's original March Madness, the Illinois High School Association State Basketball Championships. Kurt Pegler along with former Fighting Illini star Doug Altenberger on semifinal Saturday, and what an intriguing matchup in this first game, Doug. Illinois Valley Central, Maroa-Forsyth, neither team has ever won a state trophy before.
Well, and I thought both teams on Friday just played tremendous offensive basketball. They shot the three, they just looked great. They didn't have any of the jitters, and I think one reason was they both got all-staters, and both those all-staters stood up offensively and set the tone.
Let's take a look at how these teams made their way here to the road to Peoria. We'll start with Maroa-Forsyth, designated as the visitor here today. The Minnow Fieldcrest Sectional. They beat Fieldcrest and Bloomington Central Catholic to win that sectional championship. On Tuesday night, the Trojans beat Cissna Park Crescent Iroquois for the super sectional in Normal, and then Carlisle, they took Carlisle out in the state quarterfinals yesterday. IVC's route to Peoria included a victory in the Kewanee sectional over both Sherrard and Orion. The game against Orion was an overtime win. They took out Forreston in the Moline super sectional on Tuesday and then beat Chicago North Lawndale in the quarters yesterday. Now, when we talk about key players, we've got great guard matchups in this one. For Maroa-Forsyth, it doesn't get much better than Robert Krebs.
And Krebs really came out and just played tremendous. I mean, the guy, he can do everything offensively. A very skilled player. He likes the open court. He likes the transition. He likes when there's steals, it creates room. He can do so many different things.
Meanwhile, the point guard for IVC is also a multiple sport athlete. He's a football player, Chris Shinley. He may have to guard Krebs today.
Well, we've talked a lot about offense, but it might come down to defense. In his name, the assignment, he might have to shut down Krebs. This guy defensively has been the stopper. He needs to step up defensively. He needs to really shut the tone, get real physical with those guys. That's an area where he has some strengths.
All right, let's take a look at Doug's keys to the games, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevrolet dealers. Talk about the Trojans and what they need to do today.
Yeah, they really like to get in the passing lane, get that transition game, but they can't. They only play 5 guys, so they really got to stay out of foul trouble.
Meanwhile, IVC's keys include what?
Well, they've got to control the guards. That's their strength, and they've really got to handle that. They've got to handle the pressure. They can't turn the ball over, and also they got a Thornton in the side.
That's Ryan Thornton. He'll be a main factor. He had 30 points yesterday in the quarterfinal win. All right, we've set the table for you. We'll meet the players and have the opening tip when we come back. It's IVC, Illinois Valley Central, and Maroa-Forsyth in the state semifinals. Back with more on the IHSA Television Network. Welcome back to Carver Arena, semifinal Saturday, Class A Boys Hoops. Kurt Pegler, Doug Altenberger with you. Our sideline reporter is Lee Hall. Maroa-Forsyth, the Trojans are 30-2. The Gray Ghosts of Illinois Valley Central, 26-5. Neither team ranked. Neither team has ever won a state basketball trophy. That will change tonight. Let's take a look at the maps of where these schools are from, brought to you by American Airlines. We know why you fly. We're American Airlines. Maroa-Forsyth, located in Macon County near Decatur, coming up about 72 miles or so to Peoria. Chillicothe is located just outside of Peoria, about 20 miles, so the shortest drive of any of the Elite Eight teams. The Gray Ghosts coming here via bus in about a 30-minute trip. The tale of the two cities as we take a look at this matchup. Again, the two cities, Maroa and Chillicothe. The population base, IVC's got 5,800 there in Chillicothe and Rome and Edelstein, some of the surrounding areas. Macon County against Peoria County. The enrollments, Maroa-Forsyth about half the size of IVC. And the conference affiliations, the Oka Valley and the Mid-Illini Conference for the IVC, their final year in the Mid-Illini before they will be leaving. We're getting ready here for the national anthem. Again, neither team has ever won a state basketball trophy, so these two teams are bringing home hardware for the first time in the school's history. Jim Thornton is the coach of IVC, and Chad Clover the Trojans of Maroa-Forsyth. And now for more, let's go to the public address announcer, Paul Herzog.
Good morning, basketball fans. On behalf of the Illinois High School Association and the City of Peoria, welcome to Carver Arena for America's Original March Madness. This Class A semifinal game for 2006 features the Maroa-Forsyth Trojans 30-2 and the Chillicothe Illinois Valley Central Grey Ghosts 26-5. Before we meet the starting lineups, please stand and observe a moment of silence to reflect on our freedom and to remember the men and women in the armed forces serving us around the world. Thank you, and we thank them. And now, please remove your caps and address the flag with your hand over your heart for our guest soloist, Matthew Miller, a senior at Oak Forest High School, to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now let's meet the starting lineups for this semifinal game. At a guard from Maroa-Forsyth, a 6-foot junior, 3, Robert Krebs. At a guard for Illinois Valley Central, a 6'4" senior, 10, Chris Shinley. At a guard for the Trojans, a 5'8" junior, number 10, Ben Cochran. At a guard for the Grey Ghost, a 6-foot senior, 22, Joel Perez. The third guard for Maroa-Forsyth, a 5'11" senior, 12, Reed Sullivan. At center for Illinois Valley Central, a 6'5" senior, 30, Zach McAllister. At a forward for the Trojans, a 6'1" junior, 5, C.J. McClellan. At a forward for the Grey Ghost, a 6'3" senior, 32, Tyler Anderson. The other forward from Maroa-Forsyth, a 6'3" senior, 13, Austin Peebles. The other forward for Illinois Valley Central, a 6'7" senior, 34, Ryan Thornton. Head coach for Forsyth, 7 years there, a record of 121 and 75, Chad Clover. Head coach for Illinois Valley Central, 20 years coaching, 17 at Chillicothe, a record of 226 and 217, Jim Thornton. No other state in America can claim the rich history and tradition that's been generated by March Madness in Illinois. It's America's original March Madness. Please direct your attention to the arena floor. The officials for this game will be referee Trent Eshelman of Loda. From Romeoville, Obasaki Shamenju. And from Kankakee, Joe Ewers. Presenting the game ball for this game will be Jim Garner, Senior Vice President of Multiad, one of the sponsors of the March Madness experience next door in the exhibit hall. All of us thank Multiad for their contribution to the greatest high school single event.
Let's recap those starting lineups for this afternoon's game, sponsored by Prairie Farms Dairy. Throughout Illinois, Prairie Farms Dairy products have the quality you can taste. The two guys that we'll keep our eyes on for Maroa-Forsyth, Krebs and Peebles. The overwhelming majority of the scoring will come from them. Shinley, Anderson, Thornton, McAllister, Perez, all seniors in that Grey Goats lineup. IVC's designated the home team white uniforms with maroon trim. Maroa-Forsyth in their dark blue, purple uniforms with gold trim, and IVC controls the opening tap, and we're underway on state semifinal morning here at Carver Arena. Glad you're along the IHSA television network. Thornton had 30 points yesterday in the quarterfinals. Off to a good start, hits his first three. Made 7 threes yesterday.
Yeah, Reed Sullivan got caught up with Thornton. Thornton, he has to give up 7 or 8 inches. He went right over the top.
He is a pure shooter, and he doesn't take long. He got it in his hands, and he's got that quick release.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup right there. He's just giving up too many inches.
Now it's Krebs. His first shot is no good. He had the very hot start yesterday in the quarterfinal win over Carlisle. Man-to-man defense by the Trojans, and we'll see that really from IVC as well. Thornton lost the ball. There's those quick hands again for Maroa-Forsyth.
Yeah, Thornton came up off that screen again, had that look, had to hesitate a little bit.
McClellan tries the three, can't get it. It's cleared by big Zach McAllister of the Grey Ghosts.
Yeah, you can see the size that Chillicothe has. Down low, it's one and done right now for Maroa. See Chillicothe really try to get that ball inside right now.
Another steal that time, or at least the offense was broken up. They come right back at it. How do you like that? Robert Krebs lays it in on the aggressive play there by Austin Peebles.
And that's where, they've got a definite advantage is in the speed and quickness area for them to try to extend their defense. I don't think they can afford Chillicothe to take their time to try to get the ball inside. Again, you see that matchup with Reed and Thornton right there, giving up a lot of height inside.
Now it's Shinley for 3. That's missed, and here comes Krebs. And they'll try to push the ball up the floor as much as they can. No look pass that time was intended for Reed Sullivan and knocked out of bounds as the Grey Ghosts were back quickly to break up the secondary break. Get a good look there at Chad Clover. He's had consecutive 20-win seasons now. His 7th year at Maroa-Forsyth, 121 and 75. Lost in the Sweet 16 back in 1957, their only previous state appearance back. And then no Elite 8 appearance, couldn't get out of the Sweet 16, and they've had such a fun time hearing phone calls and faxes from that 1957 squad trying to root this Maroa-Forsyth team on. We got a turnover now against the Trojans.
And see what Chillicothe's come out and tried to slow down and come out with a 3-2 defense, try to really shut down those guards on the perimeter.
Jim Thornton's team, IVC, trying to get its first state trophy, and it will get the job done again. Both of these teams will be bringing home hardware for the first time. Another backcourt turnover for the Grey Ghosts, and it's going to be a foul now against Zach McAllister of IVC. Boy, the quick hands of the Trojans, Doug, that's going to be amazing.
They might want to bring up Thornton, make some adjustments. If they're going to extend their full court defense like right there, maybe bring the big guys up. And Chillicothe, those guys can handle the basketball. Sometimes that helps your guards when you can't have a hard time matching up on the speed and quickness area.
And now we're going to see Jacob Bjork in the game for the first time now for IVC, just a sophomore. He's coming in the guard position. He's wearing number 44.
I need to bring in a ball handler.
Peebles. Can't get it to go. Cleared now back by Thornton. We're just underway. It's a 3-2 IVC lead. We've played 3 minutes in this first state semifinal. Zach McAllister down low. He got great position on the low block.
And I think that's where their strength is. If they can handle the pressure on the perimeter and get that ball inside, I think they'll have a lot of success.
Jim Thornton says he's never seen a player improve as much from his junior to his senior seasons as Zach McAllister. And now a turnover. Here come the Gray Ghosts. Shinley's going to wait until he has some numbers. Now McAllister turned it right back over. Now that's a tough decision. You get a big fellow on the ball in transition. He couldn't put it down. We've got a timeout on the floor. We're just underway. 4:35 to go here, first quarter. It's IVC 5 and Maroa-Forsyth 2. Back with more from Peoria after these local messages.
Oh, they're real excited. You know, our tickets sold out real fast, and our community's really supported us all year long, and certainly even more so in the postseason.
Jim Thornton, the head coach of the IVC Gray Ghosts, talking about his community support. Boy, they have really supported the Gray Ghosts. Not much athletic success until the past year, and boy, have they turned it up a notch in Chillicothe. The girls' state basketball team for the first time last March. A couple of wrestlers capturing state championships, Tim Ladd and Jeff Bybee last month, and now the boys team at state for the first time.
Yeah, quite a senior class they've got, and talking to the football coach, Tim Hines, and he was talking about some of his the quarterback, Chris Shinley, who was on that team, and what a great athlete he was.
Austin Peebles in the scorebook for the first time as he hits that nice little floater.
Yeah, I think Peebles, right, he had a good game in on the Friday session, but again, you see that pressure. They need to bring some guys up and try to help each other out, set some screens, extend their offense out, because right now the Trojans are really trying to push the point of attack.
Well, IVC's already turned it over 5 times here in the opening 4 minutes of this basketball game, and again, give credit to the pressure of the Trojans.
Yeah, they turned it over against North Lawndale in that first half. They had 9 turnovers.
And there's Krebs now for 3. He knocks down his first triple. He shoots it out there at 48%, and another steal. Krebs comes away with it, and he lays it in. So 5 straight for Robert Krebs, and suddenly it's a 9-5 Maroa-Forsyth advantage.
6 turnovers already, Kurt, like you mentioned, and a lot of those are related to buckets on the other end.
Anderson, his pass was intended from McAllister and kicked by Peebles. Well, the Trojans, they step in passing lanes, they get their hands in your face. They typically make their opposing team turn the basketball over 18 times a game. And they've done it against very good teams in the regional championship and the sectional championship. Even yesterday, they turned the ball over, had Carlisle turn it over 18 times. Now it's Peebles all the way down. He's going to take it with the left hand and draw some contact and get to the free throw line.
Again, they're always looking to try to push that ball in transition. The big guys have got to step up, try to slow down Peebles and Krebs. And those guys now are starting to get a little more comfortable offensively, and they're starting to get a better pulse of the game. And I think they're feeling the energy off getting those steals and those 6 turnovers already.
Austin Peebles put in a great effort yesterday in the victory in the quarterfinal over Carlisle. 19.7 rebounds, 4 assists. And his head coach, Chad Clover, says he has great court awareness, the best court awareness of any player that he's ever coached. And yet he said his basketball, Peebles, his best basketball is still about 2 years away. He kind of jokingly said, this guy doesn't even shave yet.
Yeah, you can say he hasn't really filled into that frame quite yet. And the one thing that Maroa has got to be careful about is not getting foul trouble, because they go with only basically 5 or 6 guys. And if they start gambling too much and getting foul trouble, they got to dig deep in that bench, and they don't have a lot of depth there.
C.J. McClellan picking up the backcourt foul now for the Trojans. That's the first team foul now against Maroa-Forsyth. We're under 3 minutes to go here, opening quarter. First state semifinal in the Class A Boys Basketball Championships here. Got a great matchup in the second game, too. Number 1 Seneca against number 2 Pinckneyville. We hope you'll stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, so far, he's got to get Thornton some more touches. He hasn't touched the ball ever since they went good entry pass inside.
But McAllister couldn't finish.
Yeah, he's got to go up strong. He's 6'5", 230 pounds. When he gets that ball that low, he's got to be able to finish that shot off.
Krebs drew contact. Let's see who. Offensive foul. The officials converged there, and they said, you know what? That's an offensive foul.
Well, the top official has to look down at the bottom official, and I think he was looking for that's his call down low. And then when the bottom official didn't make it, then the top official said he felt it was a charge.
Here's McAllister again on the low block. Drops it to a cutting Anderson, who draws contact. That time Peebles got him from behind. See if we can get another look at that last offensive set by Maroa-Forsyth in the charge on Krebs.
Yeah, it was a bang-bang play, and right there, again, he's looking for the delayed reaction. The officials hesitated for a minute. Could have gone either way.
Anderson to the free throw line. He's considered the unsung hero of this team. Does a little bit of everything. Has been big in the postseason. Now you get a look at Billy Seiler, who's coming to the game, just a freshman for IVC. Anderson splits the free throws and pulls IVC within 5 now at 11-6. Illinois Valley Central High School opened in the fall of 1975, again making its first ever trip to state.
And that's the one thing, if Chillicothe is able to settle down and use that zone to their advantage, they've got height on the perimeter. Good ball rotation.
Yeah, excellent passing by the Trojans, and a nice tap out by C.J. McClellan. So now Peebles is going to get another look, and he couldn't get it to go down. That's C.J. McClellan's game. A lot of times he gets his hand on a ball, taps it out to a teammate, does a lot of the little things. Now it's Thornton. His three is no good. Ball's out of bounds, and who maintains possession? It's going to be IVC.
Well, IVC needs to be a little bit more patient offensively, try to get that ball inside.
You got to look at the highs and lows this season for Tim Thornton's team. High at 72 points against East Peoria, low at 40 points in a loss to the Metamora Redbirds. IVC plays in the Middle-Ina. They are the only Class A team in that conference, so their schedule is loaded with AA foes, and they have admitted that that has really helped them here in the stretch drive.
Yeah, they've got some losses, but you know, a lot of those probably going against more of the AA teams.
Washington, Metamora, Limestone all beat them in a stretch there in late January and February, all conference losses, and they said they really benefited actually from it. Now McAllister with a nice move on the right block.
Again, at 6'5", 230 pounds, and the Trojans don't have much to match up against him. He'll get that ball into him, good things happen.
Krebs with the stutter step. He got by his defender, but missed the shot. The ball's going to be out of bounds, and the Trojans will have possession.
And the Trojans, I like it, continue to keep attacking, especially from the top. They're able to penetrate, break in there, and get some easy buckets, and we're able to finish on that shot.
Macon Meridian, the common opponent with these two teams. Maroa-Forsyth lost to them twice. IVC beat them. The only losses this season, again, were to Macon Meridian for the Trojans. It's funny because Chad Kruger said, you know, last year we had their number. We beat them 3 times last year. They got us twice this year. Here's Schindler. He's been quiet in this first quarter. McAllister backs in on Peebles, draws the foul, and score it.
Again, the ball they swing it, they're a little bit more patient. McAllister does a great job of getting inside the block. See how low he is? He's down by the block, so he only has to take one dribble, turn around, go up strong. Peebles doesn't really have much of a chance. He's given up almost 60 pounds.
Man. He missed the free throw, but got his own rebound. And now Thornton tries an NBA three.
He hit that from downtown. He hit that from the parking lot.
He shot that one from Chillicothe, 20 miles away. IVC is bolted in front, 13-11. Krebs got his own rebound, takes it to the rack, scored. Now he's got a three-point play.
Well, we knew this would be a shootout. We've got some great shooters, and Thornton and Krebs both are stepping it up right now for their team, trying to pick each other up. Krebs with a great move, double clutch, able to draw contact, and then has the awareness to finish that shot off. That's why they're both all-staters.
And Krebs finishes the three-point play, and he puts Maroa-Forsyth back in front now by a point in the final 20 seconds of this first quarter. Entertaining first quarter. We believe this entire game is going to be this way. 7 to shoot. Shinley spinning, missing. Anderson offensive rebound, blocked by Peebles. And he's going to heave it from three-quarter court and come up short. So Maroa-Forsyth holds on the final possession and heads back to the bench with a 1-point lead. 14-13 at the end of the first quarter in the first state semifinal here at Carver Arena. Back with more from Peoria after we hear from our network sponsors. Maroa-Forsyth with a 1-point lead. Second quarter action here from Carver Arena. Kurt Pegler along with Doug Altenberger and our sideline reporter Lee Hall. Both of these teams getting their first taste of the state semifinals in their school's history. And they came out and played pretty well in that first quarter.
I thought so too. They had little jitters there early, then some turnovers, but after about 3 or 4 minutes, the team has settled down offensively, get much more comfortable.
There's that great matchup between Krebs for the basketball and Shinley, who's now checked off, and then it's Tyler Anderson guarding him here. He tries to stutter step, get to the paint, now kick out. It's Cochran. Good D by the Gray Ghosts. Cochran had to change his shot. Nearly turned it over. He did turn it over. Now let's take a look at those first quarter statistics brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards.
Yeah, like we said, we talked about both teams came out. I thought they're shooting the three extremely well, and I thought that also the rebounding one, it was like one and done out there. Still doing a good job on the boards, each team.
Zach McAllister with 6 points leading the way for IVC. Robert Krebs 10 first quarter points leading the way for Maroa-Forsyth. And now it's Cochran with quick hands and coming away with the steal. That's the 5th steal of the game for the Maroa-Forsyth defense. Now Peebles from the foul line. Missed the shot. McAllister up to get it for IVC. He's got that big, wide body. He says, I'm going to dribble it up. Nobody wants to come and get it. I'm going to take it up myself. Now he finds Shinley, cutting down the lane and laying it in. Yeah, that time he played the point guard and gave it up to Shinley.
Well, and that's what you got to do to beat pressure. You got to get a guy in the middle of the court, and once he gets it, if there's a double team, he's got to go right to the basket. You got to stay aggressive. You can't be passive. You always look to go to the basket. If you got 2 guys on you, that means one guy's open. Someone. Look for that open guy.
We approach the 6-minute mark left here in this first half. 1-point IVC lead. It's Maroa-Forsyth with the basketball. Now Krebs left open for 3 around the screen. Missed the shot. Long rebound comes out to Reed Sullivan. Reload the offense.
So Shinley and right now Krebs are really going at it one-on-one, man-to-man, a mano-a-mano, and both are playing really hard right now. Giving it all.
Cochran works baseline. Hangs, fires, and scores. Ben Cochran, the 5'8", 180-pound junior guard, hanging in there with the big boys.
Yeah, he went upstairs there, had some great leaping ability.
First points of the morning for Cochran. Now it's McAllister, who has made a living on the low block here this morning.
Again, that is there all day. Peebles is just, McAllister is just too big and strong for him. They get that ball down low. He's scored early. He's got the confidence. Look right at him.
Krebs guarded by Shinley, looking inside now, gets a screen from McClellan and back out now. They'll try it again. 5 minutes to go here first half. Don't forget, we'll hear from both coaches at halftime to get their thoughts on this first half of action. Austin Peebles knocks down no, I guess they said 2. Initially I thought it was a 3, but it was a 2-point basket.
Yeah, Peebles loves to come off that screen, going to his right, and does a great job of facing the basket.
Shinley turned it over, though, under pressure. That time it was Cochran and Krebs who double-teamed it. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Maroa-Forsyth 18, IVC 17, midway through the second quarter. Back with more from Carver Arena in downtown Peoria after these local messages.
Oh, it is crazy. It's absolute hysteria right now. We've got a lot of the guys that, from 49 years ago, that 1957 team that has been contacting us, talking to the kids and, faxing us stuff and wishing us the best of luck. And it's just been great.
Chad Clover, the Trojans head coach, was saying on Thursday that next year is the 50th anniversary of that 1957 Maroa-Forsyth team making it to state. How would they, have some sort of a reunion or some sort of a celebration where their team a year early is doing its own celebrating of that 57 team?
seems like things always work out. You know, when you have a 50 or 100 year, that team seems to play well, and here's a prime example of it.
McAllister, good hands. He corralled it, and from underneath the basket, flipped it in. And Zach McAllister in double figures now, 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting, and he's been a major thorn in the side of the Trojans. Yeah,
Jim Thornton, I'm sure, said at that timeout, let's get the ball inside to McAllister, and that was a design play.
And Joel Perez deflects the pass. It's a foot race with he and Krebs. He couldn't finish. It's out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Trojans. Well, they changed the call.
Again, Perez does a great job getting out in the passing lane and in transition. Good hustle by Krebs to come in there and rush him. And there was a lot of contact down there. Official got confused, but in the end he got the call right.
And so Ryan Thornton will trigger for IVC. Thornton made his first shot of the game, a 3, and has only made 1 shot since. So after his 30-point performance yesterday, he has 6 so far here in the game. The Trojans have been very aware of him, and now backcourt turnover and foul is going to be whistled against Chris Shinley. And now let's take a look at those shooting statistics brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Yeah, you see IVC shooting 53%, but they've got 9 turnovers in the game already, so that's really hurt them, whereas Maroa has done a great job of causing it. Most of their transition buckets have come in from steals, and that's where they're getting most of their offense. Once they come down and they settle down, IVC settle down defensively, they're having a hard time scoring. They're getting easy buckets.
Good stutter step move again by Cochran, couldn't get it. How about the tip in that time? He followed his own miss.
Yeah, the smallest guy on the floor there is making things happen.
And quickly back down the floor is McAllister. So IVC taking the page out of the Trojans playbook by beating everybody down the floor. Well, folks, we promised you an up-and-down game, and we've seen it here in the opening half. Krebs again drew contact, and it's going to be a foul against the Gray Ghosts. Let's see who they whistle that one on. Well, they said 33, but there's no 33 on the floor. It's going to be Tyler Anderson, 32, the foul. And now we're seeing for the first time Andrew Mills coming into the game. He's 6'2", 250, a wide body for the Trojans, maybe to offset the success that McAllister's having on the low block. Three minutes to go here now in this first half. IVC 21, Maroa-Forsyth 20, Kurt Pegler, Doug Altenberger, Lee Hall with you from Carver Arena, downtown Peoria. Class A Boys Basketball State Semifinals. Winner here gets a trip to the state championship game tonight. Joel Perez is going to be called for the foul as he bumped Ben Cochran of the Trojans.
Yeah, IVC's got to stay at home. They defensively can't look. They're not that quick. They can use their height differential, force the Trojans out on the perimeter, that they hit those threes, but they can't stay up with them with the speed and quickness that they have.
Krebs, three's no good. Tracked down in the corner by Reed Sullivan. And now another turnover. It's Perez that comes away with it. In transition, and another steal by Krebs. Back and forth, both teams playing some D. Krebs is fouled by Chris Shinley. He has such a quick crossover dribble.
Well, and this is the tempo the Trojans want. They want the ball going up and down the floor. I think IVC's got to slow it down a little bit more, control the ball a little bit. And that's the second foul on Chris Shinley. He's done a great job defensively on Robert Krebs, even though he's got 10 points. Those 10 points have come the hard way.
You see that he's the leading scorer for the tournament. That includes the super sectional win over CPCI. 49 points now in 2 games. He scored 29 points in 31 minutes of action against Carlisle in the quarterfinal win yesterday. And don't forget again our schedule for the rest of the day. The 3-point showdown brought to you by Country Insurance in between games. First and second, our second game, number 1 Seneca against number 2 Pinckneyville. That's slated to tip about 12:45. Now Maroa-Forsyth the lead again after the made free throws. And Krebs is in double figures with 12. He and McAllister of IVC both with a dozen points here in the opening quarter. Now Thornton, quick release, knocked down another 3.
I mean, that was, like you said, Kurt, that's an NBA three-pointer, and what a quick release. It's tough to defend. 6'7". I mean, you're out there right in his face. He goes right over the top of you.
Well, he is the coach's son. He said one advantage to being the son of a coach is you have access at all times to a gym. And you can see that he's taken advantage of that.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting, too. His dad talked about how hard it is to coach your son. And you want to be hard on him, but not too hard. But
Krebs the miss. Offensive rebound and stick back by Andrew Mills. He's the football player that Ivy League schools are looking at. He's a lineman, and they need a wide body in there to counteract Zach McAllister's success.
Yeah, you talked about him coming in, and he's a space eater, no question about it.
Gray Ghost doing a nice job of moving the basketball around. Billy Seiler had it in his hands, and the freshman guard knocks down the jumper. Jim Thornton calls him the best underclassman on the team. Kind of a quiet kid, but a tough competitor, and he knew what to do with it when he had the ball in his hands. As we approach the final minute now of this first half. Robert Krebs has already committed to the University of Illinois Chicago, just a junior. But he said he's already going to go play for the Flames and Jimmy Collins at UIC. He's having a whale of a state tournament as a junior.
Yeah, for a junior, he has great composure out there. He just lets the game come to him.
That's him with the basketball. He missed the three. It's Thornton, the offensive rebound. Long lead pass ahead to Perez. It's Perez on Krebs, who comes back and swats it out of his hands.
And you can see the athletic ability he has. He gets beat, rushes down the court, and again, shows great patience defensively, great timing, goes upstairs, and has got some great leaping ability to go along with that offensive package.
Under a half minute to go now. There's Seiler again on the backdoor from McAllister, but at this time it's blocked by McClellan. And now we'll see if the Trojans hold for one, which it appears they'll do. IVC with a 2-point lead. The Trojans can tie him up here at halftime or take the lead in the locker room with a three. It's Krebs. On Bjork. His three from the top of the circle is no good. Reed Sullivan, the offensive rebound, not good, and McClellan can't get it out of his hands before the buzzer goes off. And so we're done with the first 2 quarters of action. Halftime of the first state semifinal in the Class A Boys Basketball Tournament sees IVC with a 26-24 lead over Maroa-Forsyth. And our Lee Hall is standing by with Grey Ghost head coach Jim Thornton.
All right, Kurt, thanks a lot. Coach, your guards seem to struggle with their quickness and getting the ball up the floor earlier. Once you got the turnovers in control, you guys have had a pretty good time of it.
Yeah, we did a better job in the second quarter taking care of the ball. We kind of settled in. We were a little tight to start the game, and we did a better job then in the second quarter.
One of the things that you've been able to do offensively, Zach McAllister has made some hay inside.
Right, that was the game plan going in, is get the ball inside to him.
What else will you tell your team at halftime?
We need to block out better. We're giving up too many second shots. That'll be the main thing.
All right, good luck to you second half, Jim. All right, Kurt, back over to you.
All right, Lee, thank you. IVC, Jim Thornton's team with a 2-point lead, 26-24 at halftime of the first state semifinal here at Carver Arena. Back with more from downtown Peoria after these network messages.
Difference. Ridner again. Wow, he can nut that in. He's made 6 in a row, 5 here in the second half. In fact, all of them in the fourth quarter. That's pressure. That's another one. That's pressure. 6-point lead, 2-possession game, 12 seconds. Andres fires. Rebound Baird. He'll take the three with 4 seconds. That's it! Maroa-Forsyth wins the championship. The 1998 Class A title goes to the Vikings of Maroa-Forsyth in stunning fashion, 45-39.
And welcome back to Carver Arena in downtown Peoria. 26-24 IVC with the lead, and we begin with the Grey Ghost cheerleader. All right, Laura, you hit my mic. That's an extra $5 for this for this interview. Tell us what it's been like at school this week. Kind of crazy, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's been absolutely insane. Our school has been so spirited, and the entire town has been just amazing with support and everything. It's just awesome.
Spirited ghosts, we get it.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Tell me about what kind of special things you guys did this week to get ready for the big weekend.
We just been practicing a lot with our cheers, and we had a nice send-off for the boys. And we've been having a lot of team dinners with everyone, so it's been a lot of fun.
Had the girls at state last year, now the boys this year. Pretty fun, isn't it?
It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
All right, Gray Ghosts, let's hear it. Nothing special for me? Okay, we're out of time. Thank you very much. All right, right this way, we got some lovely party gifts for you. Okay, thank you. Thanks for playing along. The Trojans are here. Yay, Maroa-Forsyth. How was spring break?
We don't really have a spring break.
Look like you've been to the Bahamas.
Bed.
Okay, all right. My boss made me say that. Who's the speaker here? Since I picked on you, why not? Tell me about getting ready for the big week. What was it like this week?
Oh, it's crazy. Everybody at school doesn't really pay attention in classes.
Come on now.
Teachers, yeah. It feels like.
Senioritis, we can't have that yet. We can't have that yet. Tell me about camps, whatever you guys do, summertime, all that. This is kind of a year-round, year-long, big commitment for you ladies.
We actually go to Bloomington for camp, and we have practice about 2 times a week. So we're pretty much busy all year, and we do tumbling. Yeah. So.
Give us a big Trojan send-off here.
Okay. What do I do?
Trojans, Trojans!
All right, there you go. Thank you, Maroa-Forsyth ladies. All right, we want to tell you some great news. You don't have to live in Peoria to get the best bakery goods around. Apple's.
The Gray Ghosts of Illinois Valley Central, IVC, lead the Trojans of Maroa-Forsyth at the half, 26-24. Welcome back to Carver Arena. Kurt Pegler, Doug Altenberger with you. We anticipated an up-and-down game. We anticipated some three-point shooting, and we saw it in the opening half.
Yeah, we sure did. Both teams very aggressive behind the three-point line, and I thought the Trojans, got to be concerned about their legs. They're not a real physical team. You see the shooting right there. What stands out to me, 1 for 10 in the three-point field goal behind the three-point line, and you see rebounds pretty much even.
Those stats brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. The turnover situation is something that the Gray Ghosts are going to have to take a look at. They have 4 more turnovers than do the Trojans.
Yeah, we talked about points in the paint, and then you see scoring